The Canadian Press.
This is the 7th budget under the Harper government, and they're finally, I think, going to the conservative way they want to go. And really, they are passing the torch, passing the baton to the business community for growth and prosperity in the country after the economic crisis of 2008 caused that big spending budget. We're slowly coming out of that, and now the Harper government is saying, okay, business, your turn, take it over, and we're going to give you the tools to help you do that.
Sure, and business has been sitting on mountains of cash for a long, long time through this recession, and so they're saying, here's a couple of shovels that we're going to help you or give you so that you can shovel some of that cash back into the economy. They're allowing business, in effect, to get skilled workers quicker by changing the immigration system. Skilled workers will be plucked out of the immigration lineup a little more quickly as well. That should help business too. You know, this isn't as far as others in cabinet would have liked the government to go. There were people in cabinet, specifically the Strategic Operating Review Committee of Cabinet, that was looking at cutting costs, that said, no, we need to go further. We need to actually spend a lot less. Like $7 billion less was what we were told, and they presented that recommendation to the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister, and they ultimately said no. And I wonder if they just thought that wasn't going to be politically palatable or economically palatable, given that Ontario had brought in a budget that drastically reduced spending as well. But you know, they're still going to get the job done.
Well, speaking of political palatability, I mean, what this sets up is the next federal election is scheduled for October 2015. We should be in March of 2015 coming in with balanced books, which sets the table for the government to make good on promises they've already made. Not to mention, in this budget, there are a couple of interesting political goodies. Elimination of the penny. That's going to probably dominate a lot of the news coverage out of this budget. It's a relatively small amount of money, but it's a big deal kind of in our social view of the economy.
Yeah, a lot of pockets will be saved as a result of that change. But you're right. I think they'll be able to go to the electorate in 2015 and say, we promised you this, we're delivering it.
The other thing I noticed in this budget, apart from the civil service, which is going to take a hit, there are not a lot of painful elements for the average consumer. In fact, there's a couple of goodies along the lines of, for instance, if you go shopping in the U.S., you'll be able to bring back more goods duty-free. This is not a particularly politically painful budget, in my view, for this government.
Unless you happen to be working for the federal government, and then you may be looking for work soon.
Yeah.
The Canadian Press.